Hello, welcome back to Cayman Designs, and today we are starting a new project. We are starting tube socks, which I have never done, so this is a first for me. And I've seen them in a few books, never with worsted weighted yarn, so I'm going to do it with worsted weighted yarn. I have a few started, I just haven't finished one yet. So I'm using Red Heart Ombre, and this is called Hot Sauce, and it's like a bunch of different orange colors. I'm going to be using US or needle size US 6, which is a 4mm, and then I'm going to switch over to a US 8, which is a 5mm. And you can do this on double pointed needles, 9 or 10-inch circular needles, or 32-inch circulars for a magic loop style. And then we'll use stitch markers, or one stitch marker so far. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to cast on with using the size 6, cast on 56. And this is going to be just a woman's size. You can increase or decrease by 4s because it's a rib of 2x2s. So if you need to increase it or decrease it, make sure it's by 4s. So we're going to do a rib, a 2x2 rib for 1.5 inches. And then we'll switch to the bigger size needle and continue this rib. And this rib is knit 2, purl 2. And that's it. So this is what I'm using. So I've already casted on most of my stitches. I have 6 more to go. But I casted them on my double pointed needles, and I'll just transfer them to my circular needle. Just because I have a hard time casting on with a circular needle this small. And as I said, I already have one started. It does stretch, so keep that in mind. I did start one at 64 stitches in this green, but is a little too big. It's a little too wide. So this might work for a men's sock, or I might just make it into leg warmers because it fits my calves really well. But so I'm going to finish casting on my stitches. I've got 6 more to go, and then I will transfer them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5, and 1 more. Okay, and I'll count them as I put them on my circular needles just to be sure. Okay, and this size 6 that I'm using is a Chogu, and it's a US size 6, 4mm, and this is the 9-inch circular. And they work really nice. That's what I casted on these other ones in. So I'm just going to transfer these stitches onto this. And I'm just moving them purlwise. I'm not actually knitting them or anything like that. And let's see, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Slide my stitches back up. Here, there we go. And yeah, this is a little more time consuming, having to transfer the needles back over. But it's just what you're comfortable with. I'm comfortable casting on to the straight needles and then transferring them over. And I did a continental cast on. You can cast on whatever you're comfortable with. I just like to do the continental cast on if I have more than just a few stitches. Okay. And I've not been counting, so I'll have to count them again to be sure. But I'm almost done, so I might as well just finish it and then count them all. And I got the idea for a tube sock out of a book I was given, or a little magazine I was given, from, I think, it's probably from the 60s or 70s, maybe the 80s. And I was like, oh, those seem really simple. I bet you it would be easy to do. Okay, I'm going to count my stitches here. Start at this end in case I have to push them off. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 16. There's 30. I'm just going to put a stitch mark just to, so I don't lose my count. So that is 30. So that would be my 50, 36. Perfect. 56. Now, what I want to do is I want to join them in the round. And remember, when you're joining in the round, you want to make sure all your stitches are going the same way. You don't want half of them going this way and then half of them going that way, because then you'll have a twist in your work, and you do not want that. Okay, and I'm going to want a stitch marker to mark the beginning of my round. But what I like to do is I like to knit one first, and then I'll put my stitch marker, and then I will start my rounds. And I also like to grab some of the tail part and work those into the first few stitches. Okay, but remember, when you get around to it, you don't want to count that as 2 stitches. Okay. And then I need to purl 2, but I'm going to leave that tail there and purl 2. And then go back to knit 2. Purl 2. It does look like it's twisted a little bit because I've pushed the stuff, but it is all going the same way still. And like I said, just repeat this around, knit 2, purl 2. If you don't like doing ribs, then this might not be the sock for you, because that's basically, this whole sock is just going to be ribbed all the way down until the toe. And I think the reason all the tube socks I've seen calls for a rib is because it does give you stretch. So when you need to put it over your heel, it does stretch. Because a tube sock does not have any gussets, any inseams, heel turns, none of that. It's just a tube the whole time until you decrease for the toe. So, you see, I'm just around. And the reason I said to decrease or increase by 4s is because the pattern is worked over 4 stitches. The knit 2, purl 2. Okay. I'm just going to finish this round and then I'll call it good for this video, because it's very easy. And the next video I will show switching to the size 8. And I'm working off of one skein of yarn. I've got the sock that this one is coming from the outside of my skein, and this one I've started is coming from the center. So I can work both socks off of one skein at the same time. And these Shogu needles are really nice if you're looking for a pair of circular needles. These are really nice. The yarn seems to slide on them nicely. And I'll show you the ones that I'm working with, the US 8 ones I have. I ordered a few different circular needles in different sizes so I could test them out and see which ones I preferred and which ones I liked. And I've got this stretch here, but I will do my purl 2, and then I'm back to the beginning. Okay. Just a second. Okay, I'm back. I don't know if I paused it fast enough. I will see when I watch it. If I didn't, I paused it because my little one had to go pee and had to inform the house. If I did pause it in time, then I didn't need to tell you that, but I did anyways. Okay, so I am, now I'll go back, I'm starting my second round, and I want to make sure that I pick up both of these loops here, because I did use the tail for part of it. I do not want to have 2 extra stitches in here. And then I'll just go through and purl my pearls and knit my knits. Okay. And I can do that off camera, but remember you want to use this US 6 for 1.5 inches. Now, the needle I'm using for this one is the Shogu. It's, you know, stainless steel. It's got the red cord on it. The 8 that I have here is the US 8. And this is Knitter's Pride Dream. And this is 10 inches. Which is a US 8 5mm. And it's really nice. It's really smooth. It's not too sharp. But this works nice as well. And this you just continue in the rib. You just don't hear that little tinking that you do with metal needles, because this is wood, made out of wood. They do have other circular needles. I have a pair in, let me get it out here. I can show you, they do have other ones. They have these thin wooden ones. And you can, I have a problem with these. My yarn sticks to them, and these tend to be a lot sharper. I don't know if it's because they're so small or what, but these are also Shogu, and this one here is a size 4. We're not using that in this project, but they do offer these wooden ones or these metal ones. It's your choice on what you prefer. And like I said, you can also use double pointed needles, which I have here. That's what I use to cast on. And these are Knitter's Pride Zing. And all these needles I have gotten off Amazon. So we're using 6 and 8s through this project. And that's it for this video. I'll put this up here again so you can see that. Pretty easy. Hopefully the sock will turn out nice. I've never done a tube sock, so we'll see how it turns out. And I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you like this video. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And remember, it's absolutely free to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you'd like to be notified when my videos come out, you can subscribe and hit the little bell next to the subscribe button. And YouTube will let you know when I have a new video out. Which knit videos I have every Sunday. Sometimes I will throw one in during the week if I really want to get a project done before a certain time. Like I did with the hat I just finished. If not, it's every Sunday for a knit video. And if you're interested in learning to crochet, you could check out my crochet videos. They are left-handed, so keep that in mind. But that is it. So have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!